sure.
Rachel Rose here, talking all things boxing, and I'm here today with George Liddard against his headline show at York Hall. And you might have already seen him in my videos because he walked through a couple of times.
Sorry about that.
I think he really wanted to talk to me, so he was just trying to get some attention.
Sorry about that, people. I was obviously feeling the trim or feelings, you know what I mean? I just wanted to get on camera more.
It's almost like you're the headliner or something. You just,
I know, you'd think I was fighting for a British title or
something. Do you know what I mean?
Important or something.
I know, mental.
Forget all of that. I'm just excited.
No, and you know what? Why shouldn't you be? You've worked so hard to get to this point. I want to flash back quickly to your last fight with Aaron Sutton. I mean, that was a great performance from you, and a heart-led performance from Aaron. You know, and what do you think you took from that, which you could then go back to the gym? I know, because I know you won and you won beautifully, but obviously every fight's a lesson. What do you think you took from that to think, right, learnt that, developed on that, and now to get you ready for this performance?
Listen, every fight, whether you win, lose, draw, there's stuff to work on. You know, no one's perfect. Then you're never the finished article. Some people come close, you know, your Canelos, this and that, but you know, no one's ever perfect. And I've learned from every fight of mine, every single fight on fight, I've become better. You have to level up, and that's why I've stepped up every fight. And look, we're stepping up again. A lot of people saying this is too early, this is that. I'm ready. I wouldn't be in this fight if I didn't believe that I can win this fight, and I will win this fight. And everyone always thinks you're crazy till you do it, right? Everyone thinks he's delusional, he's this, he's that. Yeah. Then they go and do it, and it's like, it can be done.
Yeah.
I'm going to show that it can be done. And this young lion is more than just that. I got skill, I got everything you need to be a champion.
I think that's the thing that I love about this sport, and it inspires me so much, is when you're around people that are crazy enough to try, it inspires you to think that the sky is the limit, higher than you thought, you know, before. If you're around minds that are limited, you become limited.
100%.
And if you're in rooms with some of the greatest, you just think, well, if they could do it, they were just a person once.
That's it. That's how I see it. Like, yes, I look up to people, but I know, why not me? Why can't I be the next Canelo? I know it sounds crazy to some people, but genuinely in my mind, why can I not be one of the next pound for pound greats? What's stopping me? I put the work in. I've got natural talent. That's all that matters.
People love to keep people in boxes.
100%, because of their limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
People that have limiting beliefs want to keep that. They're scared that you're going to show them up. And that's why they try to put you down and put you in a box and say, this is what you can achieve. This is the limit. I don't believe in limits. I believe anything is possible in this life. If you believe you can do it and you push yourself to the limit. And that's what I'm doing, you know. He who dares wins.
Yeah.
He who dares wins.
I overheard your conversation with Georgia a minute ago, and it sort of moved me a little bit because I related to it. Was your relationship with God?
100%. Yeah.
I was raised a Catholic, went back to God only this year actually, and it was like a wake up.
That's amazing. I'm so glad to hear that.
It was like a wake up. It was like one day I was like, I think I need to go back to church, because I tried New Age spiritualism. Like, I felt like there was an emptiness. I was seeking something, and kind of like I overheard you saying, Georgia, you went through a dark time, and I think sometimes dark times can lead people back to faith, and I think it's really, really important that young lads, young men, powerful men in boxing, sporty men, can help other, particularly with men, because I know there is a generation of lost men at the moment, 100%. To speak on a connection with God and a relationship with God, because for me, prayer has like helped me so much. Right? It really does. Because when you can hand it over to God, you know that you're always going to be okay.
Yeah, no, I really feel what you're saying there.
I feel like you speaking on it is really important.
I do too. And then I know I'm only 23, but I have people a lot older than me come to me, and it's like, how are you so like this? How are you so like...
Yeah.
It's my faith. It's what God's done for me. And it's what's been instilled in me, obviously, from my family too. You know, I've been brought up in a hard-working family. They've always told me I've got to work hard, and I've done that. But the thing that God gives me is peace. You know, I found peace in... I've always put a lot of pressure on myself my whole life. But now I know it's God's plan. It's God's timing, and that just gives me... I still train, like, as hard as I can. But I know that if God wants it to be, it will be. And that's how I feel. And I just feel that this is God's destiny for me. I'm going to make myself a name in boxing, and then I'll go from there and I can spread the message further. You know, I feel like that's what his plan is for me. I love talking about God. I could, you know, talk about him all the time, what he's done for me in my life and people around me. But we are in an age, I believe, too, potentially of lost men that, you know, they search for what they can find through God, through drinking, through partying, through women, etc. And it's sad to see that, you know, but I do believe there is going to be an uprising of people finding Christ and finding God. And, because we need him. And you know, men and women alike, but I can obviously speak from a man's point of view like you did. It would benefit a lot of young men to find that in their life.
I agree. I think
live a godly life.
I think also it's strange that although the drinking, the partying, like things like that, they have a rush.
100%.
God doesn't bring a rush. God brings a peace, and that
brings a constant
in your
life, you know.
And that can create and at first that can feel odd.
Yeah.
That can feel 100%. Purposeless. That can feel empty if you're used to the adrenaline and the buzz and everything.
100%.
But like you explained, really, and the reason I want to talk about this is because one of the things that I'm doing with my position, I'm a boxing coach. I box myself. I never got to fight because I've got a heart problem, but I'm obsessed with the sport, and I'm obsessed with what it's done for me. It saved my life.
I can see you.
I'm very, very passionate. Yeah. So I want to bring more people into it, but I also want to bring more people into it to understand that it's life changing. The way that it can ground you, the way that it can make you feel about yourself, but also the different walks of life. The fact that you can be a God-fearing man, God-fearing woman, and still fight. You know, it's everything, and there's a direct connection.
I had a text from an older couple at my church today, and I met them only a few weeks ago at church, and you know, an older couple come from a completely different background to where I come from, not from fighting, don't even watch boxing, and sent me a prayer this morning that, you know, made me so, like, they sent me this prayer to be able to pray before I fight, and that for me is special. You know, an older couple. A lot of older people in the street might look at me and think, you know, when I got a black eye, they might think I'm trouble, I'm this.
Yeah.
But this older couple, you know, they've got nothing but love for other people that, you know, in the church and other people outside of it.
Yeah.
It's special. It's special.
It's
all
really
the walks
special.
of life you find in the church is special. How everyone can come together and all have a common thing in their life that they believe in.
There's nothing more. I think that's like the highest form of love for someone to pray for 100%. You. When someone prays for you.
When they sent me that, honestly, I actually was a bit like, George, it's fight week, mate. It's yourself out, you know what I mean? I was blubbering up a little bit. Literally. Honestly, it was like special, you know, it touches you. It really touches your heart. And yeah, I genuinely believe that God has a plan for me. And God has a plan for everyone, you know, that you just have to find it. You just have to find it. And once you do find it, it feels better than any other party. And listen, and I'm not saying that anything in moderation isn't okay.
Of course.
You know, Jesus drank wine. You know, it's okay. Enjoy yourself from time to time, but there's a limit. You know, there's a limit. You can enjoy yourself and you can still be at church on Sunday. And even if you can't go to church, you have work on that day. It's what you do outside of the church that matters too, you know. Be that good Samaritan. Be that good Samaritan in that story. Help the other man. Help another man. Help another woman. Help who you can in life. And then good things will happen to you.
Definitely. And also the thing that I learned, because I just wanted to touch on the fact that, like, you know, you found God through a dark time, which tends to be the way. And you don't have to talk about that, but obviously I'm an open person, so if you wanted to share, I'd be very happy to hear. But it's don't be surprised if God isolates you. Don't be surprised 100%. If God puts you through something that feels like it's going to break you.
No, for sure.
Because in that journey is normally when you find yourself, you 100%. Find your confidence. You know, I've heard you, you know, you're so confident about this fight. And that confidence is built in isolation. It's built in faith. It's built in discipline. It's built in showing up every day. It's not that you find God and suddenly life's just like...
That's amazing what you put into words there, because my whole life I felt misunderstood by people my age. I felt like, why am I like this? Why do I not want to... I was never really invited to parties and things because I never wanted to go, you know, and I kind of isolated myself from other people, and I used to always think, is there something wrong with me? And then I got to this age, like 19, and I realized I'm not like other people, you know, and this is no disrespect to anyone, you know, wherever you find happiness and you do that, but I'm not like other people. I feel like I was destined for more than going out on the weekends. I was destined to have a voice and to get myself in a position to have a voice to help spread love and peace, and, you know, and I just feel like I'm getting one step closer now. And I think my confidence comes from knowing that I do believe it's God's plan for me.
Yeah.
Whatever road He takes me down, you know, I'll always love God. Always. I know it's what's meant to be for me will happen.
Yeah.
And isolation is one of the key places you find your true goal.
It's funny, I stopped drinking at 22. I just woke up one day and just stopped. Yeah. Same.
Amazing.
George, I could talk to you for hours because I feel like you're a kindred spirit. I feel like
I appreciate it.
I feel like you make sense to me. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
For anyone who's stuck for this interview, thank you for watching, because I know this isn't directly boxing linked, but it is an important conversation. And I think it's a beautiful message that you can be anyone and everything and do anything. 100%. And God could be in your corner the whole time,
100%.
which I think you will be this weekend. Obviously, look after yourself, George.
Thank you.
Rest well, eat well, and smash
I'll definitely do that. Don't worry about it. Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
That was a lovely conversation. Really lovely conversation.